I'm Kosta from Ford Know-How, and today I've got the privilege of taking you through the Ford Super Duty. We've been to Melbourne, we've spoken to the engineers, they've told us everything that we need to know about this truck, and we're going to share it with you. We're going to take you all the way through this car, including everything that you need to see underneath. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see everything we've got to show you about the Super Duty Ranger. Super Duty currently available in Australia in the XL spec. You can get it in a single cab, super cab, double cab, all in a cab chassis, so you can build the truck that you need and want. The one we've got here today is the double cab chassis with a Ford licensed tray fitted to the back, so you can have a look at what that accessory is and what you get with the standard tray. The car comes in a range of colors, as well as the tan that we have here today, which is a new addition to Ranger. Starting in the front, you get a snorkel that you can option out, but it comes standard with the Super Duty. You got the LED C-clamp headlights. You got a unique Super Duty front grille that looks aggressive and tough. You got the Super Duty embossed on the bonnet so that it stands out and everybody knows that you're driving a Super Duty. You got a steel front bar that incorporates all the sensors, parking aids, as well as recovery points. This steel bar is connected directly onto the ladder chassis, so it's tough, it's got great clearance, and it's going to get the job done. The steel bar incorporates nicely into the steel bash plate, which is almost 5mm thick, but I'll take you through a closer look at that later. The blue and white Ford logo, 360-degree cameras also available so that you can see what you're doing when you're off-roading out the front of the truck. Front park sensors and radar for intelligent cruise control. The flared guards are black so that they complement and contrast the body color. You got your big 18-inch all-terrain grabber off-road tires, 8-spoke wheel hub, aggressive stance, and a higher ground clearance versus standard Ranger. Cat 3 lights on the side of the car, steel side steps, 360 cameras, blacked out handles with smart key entry sensors for locking and unlocking, blacked out pillars so that you get a nice blacked out look for the windows, privacy glass on the rear as well. 130-litre long range fuel tank standard on Super Duty, and it also gets AdBlue to meet emission standards in Australia. This tray is the licensed accessory from Ford that we've had fitted to this double cab. It's got the drop sides, and this one is in black, but you can also get it in white as well as aluminium color. It's got the drop sides all the way around to give you easy access. It's got tie down points with a thick steel tray at the back so it can cope with the payload of Super Duty. On the side, this tray comes with a tie down bar as well as a water tank and a soap dispenser. So if you're on the go and you need to get your hands washed, you've got water coming out of there and a soap dispenser over there. From the back, so you know it's a Super Duty, you get the Ranger Super Duty decals as well as the Ford logo on the mud flaps. This is the driver assist bar that's been introduced with Super Duty, now available on all Rangers, and I'll take you through this in more detail when we're going underneath the truck. On the right, you get a lockbox that opens up, folds flat, gives you some storage, and you get a special key to lock that. Looking under the hood, Super Duty comes with the 3-litre V6 turbo diesel from Ford with 154 kilowatts and 600 Newton meters of torque. It also has the heavy-duty truck calibration that has optimized this engine for the work that it can do. It's coupled to this 10-speed automatic transmission and is a full-time 4-wheel drive. The vehicle's gross vehicle mass, or GVM, is published at 4.5 tons. The gross combined mass is 8 tons. The Ranger has its washer bottle mounted inside this frame. So this snorkel has been engineered to bypass that bottle, feed out from here and into the air intake box. This still leaves room for an extra battery in the front. The accessory switch inside gets its own fuse box, which is situated over here, and that's separate to the vehicle's fuse box, which sits just there. On the inside, this is a Ranger, and it shows. It's got the cabin inside of your standard Rangers with all the luxury features you've become to love in your Ranger. This has got the Super Duty embossed here on the top glove box. Over here you'll see this little cutout. This is where you can fit the driver assistance bar. It's a bar that actually fits in here. It's an accessory unique to Super Duty, which allows you to mount accessories inside the cabin of the truck. So if you need to load extra screens or iPads or mobile phones and they need somewhere to attach to, that's what this accessory bar is for. In here you get a tray with a non-slip mat, a second glove box with the owner's manual and the lock nuts. Cup holder pops out there. In the door you got your electric windows, electrically adjusted mirrors, electric folding mirrors, child lock safety for the rear windows, as well as your central locking. Looking at the dash, you got your height adjustment for your lights, you got your rear stat buttons to brighten and dim the dash display, you got your light indicator selection dial where you could put your lights from off, park, automatic or on, as well as fog lights which activate at the press of that button there. Super Duty has a leather steering wheel. It's got your intelligent smart cruise control. It's got a speed limiter. You can set your distance, activate it and deactivate it there, as well as your lane keep assist system. You got your volume controls, as well as your Siri or Google activation and voice command button. On the right, we've got your onboard trip computer, menus and menu operation buttons, as well as your phone button and your track selection buttons just there. Super Duty is also fitted with an electric brake controller that can be adjusted here, but is actually intelligently integrated into the vehicle, and once you set up your trailer, it uses and activates the trailer's electric brakes automatically based on what is happening dynamically to the car while driving. Here you've got your self park button, your traction control that can be switched on and off, as well as your off-road button, which brings up all your off-road menus. On this side you got your driver mode selection dial, as well as your 4 low, 4 high and 4 automatic options, as well as your trailer assist button in the middle. Super Duty has a number of different drive modes. Starting with normal, you scroll into eco, tow haul mode, slippery mode, mud rut mode, sand mode and rock crawl mode. In each of these different modes, the car will automatically select the best configuration in terms of diff locks, which ones to lock and which ones to unlock, which ESP and traction control systems should it be using, as well as all the other intelligent electronics that it has at its disposal. Electric park brake, drive-by-wire gear selector with manual operation buttons on the side. You get a wireless cell phone charger as well as a USB B and C port. Looking at the 12-inch display, I always start at the top right hand corner here with your 4 menu buttons. The first one is to select your phone. The second one is for the onboard cameras. The third one is all your car and vehicle setting menus that come down the left hand side here. And lastly, your standard Ford selection screen, which allows you to access radio, phone, navigation and all the standard things you'd expect to see, including your towing mode, your onboard scales, your zone lighting and your smart hitch function, which are all new unique features to Super Duty. Looking at the onboard scales, this is a unique feature that Super Duty has introduced, which actually allows you to weigh whatever you've put in the back tray of your vehicle so that you don't ever go over your load limits. So as soon as you activate the scale, it takes your current setting as 0, and as you start loading, it will tell you where you are sitting in terms of payload. Towing allows you to build your own trailers, save their dimensions and their weights, so that whenever you hitch them up, you can tell your Ranger what trailer you've just attached. It will then use that information to adjust the blind spot detection, as well as all the other electronic sensors and features that need to know what's happening with your trailer. It will also do things like deactivate the rear park sensors once it knows you've hitched your trailer. In addition, you can also run through a checklist which will allow you to connect your trailer up and talk you through step by step what you should be doing next. It also runs at the end of that a light check system where you're actually able to activate the light check system and then walk outside, and it will run in sequence through the trailer lights so that you can make sure that the brakes and the reverse lights and all of those are working properly. Smart hitch. Smart hitch helps you distribute the weight of your trailer to go through the process step by step, see the connection checklist, so that you can optimize the down ball weight on your hitch. Your accessory switch bank is situated on the roof here, and it allows you to set up a number of different accessories and power them. Once powered, you can activate or deactivate them using these switches. These switches are already wired, so you can use the onboard manual, which will tell you where to find the other ends of these wires so that you can hitch up your accessories without having to run wires to this panel. Looking underneath the Super Duty and starting from the front, we've got a steel frame mounted bar which is attached directly to the frame with rated recovery points. A 5mm bash plate that starts at the front and runs all the way through to the back, covering all the critical components. The front suspension, upper and lower control arms come off an F250, which you don't even get in Australia, but you get this suspension on this car. The brakes have been upgraded. If you look at the brake calipers, those have been upgraded. These control arms are much thicker than what you get on a standard Ranger. All the suspension bolts are heavy duty. You can just see the sheer size of them. You get 2 diff locks, so the front differential can lock and the back differential can also lock. The transmission, which is protected by this bash plate, is bigger and stronger than the standard Ranger transmission. A larger transfer case than what you get in the standard Ranger. The ladder frame chassis is thicker, so it can accommodate all the extra weight. Drive shaft has been upgraded to handle the extra workloads, as well as you can see how many different points it's attached to here. The increased length of the rear leaf springs to improve the dynamics. Dual fuel tanks with 130 litre capacity. Super Duty also gets an AdBlue tank that sits just behind the 2 main fuel tanks. Steel bash plates go all the way across the rear fuel tanks, the transfer cases, the transmission and the engine. The back diff is from the Transit, rated for 2 tons, and the front diff is from the Bronco. It's got upgraded shock absorbers. H-star hub to handle the extra weight straight off an F250. This is the driver assisted tech bar, or DAT bar, that as Ford calls it. And the purpose of this bar is that it's got all your sensors, your park sensors, your blind spot detection sensors, cross traffic alert sensors. All the sensors that the car needs are mounted in this bar. And the beauty of it is you don't need to move this bar or adjust any of those sensors if you do a custom build on the back of the Super Duty. So it gives you that freedom to build whatever you want on the back of the truck while still keeping all the factory fitted settings for all the rear sensors. In addition, the bar is mounted directly onto the ladder chassis, which means you've got rated recovery points, you've got the tow bar fitted to it, and you've got dual recovery points, so 2 on the rear bar. That's a wrap on the Super Duty walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below.